Good morning all, welcome to another video. What are we doing today then? Well, you might ask, are we reviewing the KTM 390 Duke that we're currently riding in the wet? And you're probably thinking, why are you going to KTM today? Why are you going out to test ride the 790 Duke? Who does that in this weather? Well, I do. You know why? Because my 390, this one, is having a new set of clocks again. The fourth set of clocks, in fact. Yes, having another set of clocks because they kept misting up. They changed that because it kept misting up. This is screen number 3. This has got the third screen on it, and it's got a little bit of polystyrene in there. So today is the day. I've been waiting months. They've got it in. It's booked in, and I thought, you know what? I said to them this time, yeah, have you got a 790 I can test? And they said, yeah. We're in. I wonder why that roundabout's so busy. I'd imagine we're going to get a lot of traffic this morning because it is now about 8:30. I was due at the KTM Centre at 9 o'clock. Whilst I can do 40 miles in 30 minutes, 45 miles in 30 minutes, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to today because it's very, very wet and I very, very much cannot see. And truth be known, I haven't ridden in the rain for a while, and I do recall it is somewhat more hairy, and it's not because you're wet. I mean, that is partly why, because you get cold hands and all that stuff, but it is because the road's slippier, you can't see as much, and drivers, well, they're the problem with most things, car drivers, lorry drivers, van drivers, they also can't see a great deal. Well, they can, but they just can't see as much, and when someone's not using their mirrors anyway when they drive normally, the chances of using them in a heavy rain, Jonathan a was, then it becomes much more dangerous. Here we are, Duke 390, riding in the rain. So then, how do we feel about the Duke 390? Well, the Duke 390, I love it. I really do. Bike, I love you. I've had this bike for over a year now, probably about 14-15 months, somewhere in the region of that. I've done 3,961 miles as of right now. The majority of them have been incredible fun. Quite a large number of them have been to the KTM Centre. I looked at not that many bikes, to be honest. When I started bike shopping, I was on a tighter budget. I wanted something that was affordable and fun, looked cool, because I don't like to buy new. So when I looked at the bike, I was like, right, I'm not buying a new bike. Pay VAT straight away. Whatever your bike's worth is 20% less the minute you own it. The minute you put the key in, turn it and drive it off, you've lost that VAT. You're never going to recoup that because no one's going to buy a second-hand bike for the same money as a new bike unless it's some limited edition, speciale, Panigale thingamajiggery. So there's that. I looked at lots of different bikes. Now, I had an Aprilia RS125 for a very short time. It was a bitch to get going. This thing's not. But so that was one thing. I needed something that was convenient and easy. Just turn it on, don't have to wait 20 minutes for it to warm up. Put it on, give it a heat in it and go. That was one thing. I was in that race position. I got a bit of a bad back, dodgy ankle, really hard getting in that race position. So it couldn't have been as aggressive as the RS. So it had to be, it couldn't have clip-ons for a starter and a high set of rear sets or high rear sets, that kind of thing. So it could be racy, like with the Kawasaki's, you got the Ninja. The Ninja hasn't got clip-ons, I don't think. I think it's got risers, or it's got like a higher set of clip-ons. So that was an option, but I would have preferred like a handlebar. Then I was like, well, I don't like naked bikes, so I'm not getting a naked bike, that's for sure. I really wanted like a trail bike, that kind of thing. A dual sport, as the Americans call them. And that's because I had a trials bike in the past, and I really liked that openness and that off-roady ability. I didn't do any of that. I saw the 2016 Duke and went, oh, I love it so much, I want one of them. Test rode it, it was okay, a bit lumpy, didn't really enjoy it, and then I saw these come up. So I could buy a brand new bike. It's referred to as pre-owned. Some of you will know what that is, some of you won't. Pre-owned means that the dealership bought it, registered it to themselves, and they usually do that in bulk and then they sell them a little bit cheaper. So this bike was £4.5 grand and I paid £3.5 grand essentially. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's fun, it's fast, and anyone that says 373 cc's, or sub 400 bike, or a sub 500 bike is this and is that. But this bike's got all the go. So anyway, I don't need a bike to go quicker, because this bike goes quick enough. I don't necessarily need a bike that handles better, because this bike handles well enough. This bike has a smaller displacement engine. It's a 373cc engine. It's quite little. It's quite little by comparison, which means everywhere I go I have to rev the tits off it. And it's a little single. I'm not sure, I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm abusing it a little bit. If I want to go quick, the red light is on. The red line is up. This position is perfect from a road bike perspective. Absolutely perfect. It's got the right amount of uprightedness. My shoulders are in a good position, my hands are in a good position, my feet are in knees, and my legs and my hips. This bike is perfect ergonomically for me. 5'10", anywhere from 11.5 to 13 stone at any given, and it fits me well. Sits in between my legs nicely. I've got a new tyre on the back as well, and I don't know what this drives like in the wet, because it's the first time the Michelin Pilot 2CT has been out. So I'm a little bit nervous, and it's very, 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 very wet. If my pants aren't wet by the time I get there, I'll be very surprised. But this bike will do 110 miles an hour on the speedo. So it's perfectly fast enough, it's agile and nimble, it gets through the traffic. So coming to choose a new bike can't just be anything. I'm not going to get some 1000cc monster just because I want to do 180 miles an hour, because that's not me. I like to drive fast around bends and stuff like that, around roundabouts and corners, which is why I've got this. Yeah, that's why I bought the Duke anyway. I loved the way it looked. Absolutely beautiful. Ooh, what a beautiful bike, I want one of them. Everyone's getting the orange ones. I was like, no, that white just looks spectacular. So I got it anyway. Still love this bike. I'm worried that I'm going to break this bike. Like, I'm riding conservatively now. It's obviously pissing down. I'm going to ride conservatively. Yeah, so the options are 690 Duke, 790 Duke. I'll be honest, put it into third and get above 4. Now it's like it's got kangaroo juice in it as well. Missing the flyer says this 390 is one of his favourite bikes of all time. It's an amazing bike. Does pretty much everything. I've had 3 different pillions on this. Kate is a professional pillion rider. Her husband Chris has been a biker for a very long time, and she's been a pillion for a very long time. And she went on the back taking the piss out of it. Oh, your little bike. And Chris is taking the piss. And then she went on it and she went, yeah, that's really good fun. I like that there. But what it does exceptionally well. Dashboard. The little TFT Dash is very nice. Tyres. Let's talk tyres then, shall we? So I had the Metzeler. It was grippy, pretty much most conditions. It was even good in the wet. What it isn't good at is lasting. And I ride like a bit of an arse up on the dry, to be honest. I did abuse it, don't get me wrong. But it didn't last. It was ruined in 3,000 miles. Look at what I could get. Turns out Michelin in the Pilot range do a 2CT. Got it changed over, went out for the first ride, and was like, that's not bad actually. I can feel a difference in the tyre though. Quite a big difference. Maybe once it's done 500 miles, maybe a bit more, it'll wear in, bed in, but I can feel the difference. Only on the edge, only on the limit can I feel the difference. Now, feels like any other tyre I'd imagine. Feels like the Metzeler doing this, just pooling along. But when you push it, the 2CT has a definite line between the soft compound and the hard compound. A definite one. Yeah, so off-road bike. So go trail, dual sport, that kind of thing. Trail bike. So I had a Sinus Apache for a little while. Bought it very cheap. Doubled my money pretty much on it. It was a good fun bike. Really badly made though, but good fun. And it really was good fun. It was scary. Like, it wasn't even going that fast, but it felt like it was doing 500 miles an hour because everything clanked and chinked and rattled. That Apache was made of the heaviest known metals on earth. If it hadn't have rusted so quickly, I'd have thought it was made of lead. Yeah, so I want to go down the dual sport route, maybe. I was going to see what I wanted to get, the bike I wanted to get, and the reason I didn't get it, it was cost. Because it was so bloody expensive, and that was the Honda CRF 250 Rally. I saw that bike, and I fell in love. Oh, I love that bike. I still love it now. What kills me is 25 horsepower for a bike that is, I think they were like 6 grand-ish new, 5.5 to 6 grand new. That's insane. This bike is twice as fast. It's been off-road, it can do it. It's equally as comfortable. It's probably easier to get on because it's a bit lower. it'll handle the corners better as well and handles the speed better, just over half the price. But that's now back on the table, because I've realised that riding this fast, look, I'm riding this fast now, 40, 42, 40 odd, that's fine. Admittedly, I'm not warm, it's not the summer, but this is fine. This is manageable. I'm up to 50. I'd imagine that would be up at 50 already as well. So let's talk Duke 390. We'll have to do. What does this bike do well? This bike is good at most things. It's comfortable to a degree. Looks good. Looks very good. I mean, stock with that tail tidy on it is horrendous. So that went. Obviously, I've changed that. It looks so much better now. So much better. And then you've got. Anyway, what I did a little while ago, well, just after I bought the bike actually, I couldn't deal with the quiet exhaust. And guess what? I've now got a bike that sounds like a proper bike. And it has got a nice little roar to it, that single. This is miserable. So miserable. So, story about Julie. And we went through a spell when we first started riding out together, because we met in like the winter. Of every time we rode out we got soaked, and it was her fault. Yep, she is like the rainmaker. The reason it's raining today, you guys say, well, you're not with Julie today and it's raining. No, guess what? Julie sold Fernando a little 125 GSXR 125. She's got the GSXR 750 now, which is some samurai name. Kato, that's it. So she sold him anyway, someone down in Kent, and she's going to ride the bike down from Aylesbury to Kent. When is she riding it down to Kent, you may ask? Yeah, that's right, today. She's riding it down there today. Hence, the skies have opened up. So we're off to the KTM Centre in Hemel. Spent quite a bit of time there, sadly. They are nice guys though, I'll give them that. It is the coldest place in the known universe, especially if you're going in the winter. It's as if the heating hates human beings. It is the rise of the machines. Anyway, yeah, but the coffee's always good, and the coffee's always plentiful. So Julie took the piss the other day and was like, let's see you do a motovlog in the wet. Well, your wish is my command. Had to be related to you, didn't it? Didn't it, huh? You little jinx. These are my winter gloves. I thought my winter gloves were waterproof. Boy, was I wrong. These gloves are not waterproof. On the whole, my hand is dry with my fingertips on Peter Pointer and Indiana Index. I don't know what his real name is. Yeah, they're soaked on both hands. In fact, little wedding finger Willie, ring finger Willie, wedding ring finger Willie is also soaking wet as well. I don't know about the little finger. He might be soaking wet. I need a wee and I've got like 78 layers of clothing on. We are approaching the KTM Centre in Hemel Hempstead. It's on Wood Lane. Shout out to the KTM Centre. If you're looking for a KTM in the area, this is the place to go. I'm not endorsed by them. I've been given nothing free either, which is a shame. Oh, look at all the bikes. Look at all the bikes they've got. Do I want an R? Do I buggery? I hear there's a 390 adventure coming. Or there might be a 390 adventure coming. Oh, God. What a miserable day. We are here. KTM Centre, Hemel Hempstead. Let's turn this bad boy off. Except I don't know how to turn it off.